Hello everyone and welcome to another Global Niko travel video, and today I am in Alexandroupoli, and behind me there is one of the most notable landmarks of Alexandroupoli, the Alexandroupoli Lighthouse. And this is a city that I actually know a thing or two about in a unique way because a decade ago I did live here for a little while, although I wasn't living here as a regular civilian. I was living here as an army conscript. Where they sent me for most of my service was Alexandroupoli, right outside of town here, where there are many different army bases and barracks and other sort of military things that obviously I can't show you because you can't go up there with a camera and film military things. But you know, even though as interesting as it would be to go and see where I was, because I remember exactly where it was, nobody who was there a decade ago with me is still there now anyway. That kind of makes a point about Alexandroupoli being one of many things. It is a big military town because it is the main town of the Evros region, which is sort of the final frontier in northeastern Greece, right on the border with Turkey. You'll notice on the map that Alexandroupoli is very close to both Turkey to the east and Bulgaria to the north. When you're around here, you'll hear, other than Greek, you'll probably hear a lot of Turkish because a lot of people come over the border to visit from Turkey. You might hear some Bulgarian as well, but definitely Turkish aside from Greek and maybe English as well. It's also politically important because, okay, it's the main town of the Evros region. It's also an academic town because there are a couple of universities here as well. So you know, it's sort of a number of different things at the same time. The best way to spend a day in Alexandroupoli, I would recommend starting from the west and working your way east. If you start along where there's sort of a bend, if you see on a map, just west of the immediate center, and you can kind of walk from there towards the east along the seaway, along this kind of new area here that I pointed out, along the sea where there's some walkways, and then you'll walk right by the lighthouse, of course. And then if you turn up inland a little bit, between the lighthouse area and Leoforos Demokratias, there's a collection of shops and restaurants in there, and then you can make a right and go down Leoforos Demokratias. It's a main thoroughfare through the immediate center of Alexandroupoli. Not very long, but there's a lot of cafes and shops and things there. It's sort of like the main thoroughfare, you could say, through the center of Alexandroupoli. There is a train station if you go far enough, but right before that there's another area that's sort of like a nice little collection of restaurants and things, and that's where I found the best restaurants to be, by the way, in that area that we're gonna end off with at this video here at the end of this walk that I'm doing through Alexandroupoli. But it's, like I said, not very big. You can do this like in an afternoon. One thing that is very striking about Alexandroupoli, if you are someone who has either lived in Greece or traveled around Greece a lot or knows a lot about how Greek cities tend to be maintained and laid out, Alexandroupoli is quite clean and organized for a Greek city, and well, for a Mediterranean city in general. It's quite organized, quite clean. I noticed that 10 years ago when I was here, and it's still like that today, maybe even more so today than it used to be, because apparently in the last 10 years there's been a number of investments and things. It's kind of become a more important city. The main difference I see is that, okay, there's yet some more maintenance going on with the roads, more than there was even 10 years ago. And this area that's to the side of me here, back here along the beach and near the lighthouse, I don't remember this being here when I was here 10 years ago, and it looks fairly new as well. So, you know, maybe one of the things that they're doing to kind of make Alexandroupoli even nicer. It's easy to get to in several ways. There actually is an airport here if you do want to fly up to here. Very small airport that pretty much just flies to Athens. It's also easy to drive to in terms of you could just take the Egnatia highway straight over from anywhere else across northern Greece. Very easy. You used to be able to take a train here, and back in my military days I did take a train to come here, you know, in and out of here. But unfortunately, since the last 10 years, the train service across northern Greece is no more, which is really sad and unfortunate, and you know, really unacceptable in my opinion. But you know, buses still come here as well, so you can take a bus out to here as well. As it was 10 years ago, that place was amazing. So I'll leave a link down below to this restaurant so that you can go there when you come and travel to Alexandroupoli. The only difference is that it's more expensive than it was 10 years ago because, okay, everything is more expensive than it was 10 years ago, and food especially has gone up quite a bit here in Greece since then, so it's not their fault. But for everything that I got there, you know, pita, tzatziki, salad, fries, pancetta, and a sausage, you know, Lukaniko, and a beer. All of that together was $18.50, which, you know, in 2025, that's not so bad for all of that in Greece, and for it to be really good quality too. So now walked back to the Lighthouse area, which is really close to that area, the cobblestone area where this restaurant is. And you can see that the lighthouse, it is a functioning lighthouse. It's not just for show. It is still working as a lighthouse, which is kind of cool to see at night. Stay tuned for more videos from a lot of different places, including very soon a place outside of Greece that is very far from here that I'm very excited to go to. It's a place I've never been to ever, even close to there. And I'm really excited to share my experiences there with you all. So make sure you like this video because that helps me out, and make sure you've subscribed if you haven't already so that you can stay tuned for the next Global Niko travel videos. And until then, take care and travel better.